Hey, folks. This is the Wayne S. Spear Show podcast. How you doing? I'm not live today. Got some things I got to take care of. Not going to be a live broadcast. But you can always go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show.weebly.com website and check out the site itself. You can email me at freeamericaradio@unseen.is, freeamericaradio@unseen.is. Anyway, what's on the agenda today? You know, I've made a list, and if you're looking at the list of things, it's just a plethora of subjects that you all need to look up yourself and decide for yourself how you are going to, how are you going to look at all this stuff? Just because you close your eyes doesn't mean the bad things are going to go away. Just because you get on your knees and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray, and you get 100,000 people to do the same thing, doesn't mean that they're still not going to kick down your door and take you away to a FEMA camp. Just because you are out and about and driving around and see a Federal Protective Service, Homeland Security police vehicle doesn't mean that there isn't something going on. I mean, wouldn't that make you question what's going on? It did me when I've seen them. Right here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. And I look at it this way, folks. It's real simple. You got two choices, and Glenn Beck said the same thing on his show yesterday. You've got two choices, and I'm going to put it to you this way. This is me putting it to you. You've got a choice between doing what is right, doing what is positive, uplifting, helpful, and building up this country for what it is, which is a country of free people. Or you can do the opposite, which is the wrong thing. Now, do we know what right and wrong is? Well, let me ask you a question. Shouldn't you know what's right and wrong? It all is from a perspective that you decide to have. It's all from a perspective that you decide to have because you're seeing things from that perspective. Your perception is yours from the perspective you have. What is right and wrong? Let me tell you what's wrong. Syrians beheading Christians. People hurting your four-legged furry family members. Mothers in Muslim countries or Muslim countries and their governments demanding death to anybody who doesn't line up with them. The Muslim Brotherhood, which is in the White House right now, promoting and propagating their bullcrap Sharia law in America, in your town, my town, in every town USA. That is wrong. They are nothing but demonic forces having spirits within them with no empathy, sympathy, or love, or kindness, or gentleness anywhere. You know what they want? And I'll tell you exactly what they want. These types of people, regardless of what labels you put on them, want to destroy your world and rebuild it in the transhumanist, demonic style and image that they have in their demented imaginations. That's what they want. Yeah, I'm a little pissed off today. That's why I didn't have a live show. But I want you to understand just how pissed off I am. We've been lied to. Do you understand that? The people in Washington, D.C. have lied to you through their teeth. Everybody, that I've talked to so far has said that one of the greatest presidents that we ever had was Ronald Reagan. No. And I'll tell you why. And it's on record. You can go look this up. He was a communist. Go look it up. He was a communist. Now, why do I say that? Well, go look up Charlotte Iserby. The deliberate dumbing down of America. She was second in command in the Department of Education during Ronald Reagan's terms. She knows everything. Now, I didn't want to start off by getting all pissed off and everything, but you know what? This stuff just builds up and builds up and builds up, and it's got to go somewhere. I want to apologize for putting it on you, but you need to see it. So let me change gears here before I get too riled up. I've noticed something in the last 24 hours to 48 hours. And have you ever had an epiphany? You know what an epiphany is, right? I had an epiphany the last 48 hours, and it just came to head in the last few hours before doing this. And I know I've said this over and over and over, but when you see something over and over and over and you just kind of, whatever, and you move on, but then you see it again and you're going, oh my goodness, you get that epiphany. Here's what I've come to. Call it a conclusion, call it a point of reference, doesn't really matter. This is what I've come to. Nobody really gives a crap. I do, because I'm revealing to you the truth one fact at a time. Because I'm looking at you and saying, hey, you're driving your car down the road, the light is red, don't go through it or else you're going to get hit because the other lights are green and cars are coming. And you're looking at me going, I'll be fine. And you buzz through the red light and get hit by a car. And then you go, oh, well, why didn't anybody tell me? I did. Shut the hell up. You didn't want to listen to me because you didn't care. Well, when you're standing inside a residential facility, a FEMA camp, staring outside from the inside looking out, maybe you might get a clue. Maybe you might think, oh, wow, those conspiracy theorists who I thought were wrong were not so wrong, were they? No, we weren't, jackass. And I get to the point, these last few hours before doing this morning on the 7th of February, 2014, and I get to that point where over and over and over in the past episodes I've said, nobody really cares, nobody wants to care. Well, in the last few hours, I realized I was right. I can't tell you what that key was that switched it on, or that door that was open, or that page that was turned to help me realize that, to give me that epiphany. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. I care. Bob Brutus cares. Nick Tucker cares. Alex Jones cares. Even if you don't believe them and even if you don't like them, Glenn Beck cares. All these other people on the outside outside of the system looking in, getting all of this information the best way they know how, and revealing to you the truth and the facts, care about you. But you don't give a crap. I say, let me clarify something here for you folks. When I say the word you, I'm not being specific to anyone in particular. I'm saying you as a general statement overall, to bring it around, to segue into, to dovetail it into this point. You better start caring. Because if you don't, you're not going to like the outcome. You can go look at the criminal activities from CPS, from all your law enforcement. You can look at all that, but hey, it comes from the top down. The criminals in Washington, D.C. are nothing more, and I'm going to say this, there's a handful. Hold out your hand with your palm up. That's pretty much how many people are in Washington, D.C. that actually give a crap. The rest of them are nothing but criminals. We are living in a dictatorship. This is what this, I was going to say a word and I'd rather not say, but this person who fills the suit in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is a criminal. Okay? Other dictatorial societies and governments have fallen from the inside out. And other dictatorial criminal organizations in societies and governments have been torn apart from the people who have had enough. Want some examples? Greece, Brazil, Tunisia, Ecuador, I think, is now fighting their people. Spain, Brazil. Shall I go on? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people out on the street demanding their leaders in their capitals step down. And some of these citizens, they're all doing it peacefully. Look at what is going on. It's all peaceful to a certain degree. And that degree is when the generals of the armies and the politicians start ordering armies out into the streets to battle these people. And guess what? Every single person has a God-given right to defend themselves and their lives and the lives of their people around them by any means necessary, period. It's an obligation and a duty for free people to defend themselves against a tyrannical government. It's not easy, I know. It's not easy to wrap your mind around that. It's not easy to understand just what is happening. I understand that. People fear what they don't understand. People fear what they don't understand. And when they don't understand something, what's the natural tendency? To ignore it. And they walk away, and they go play their games, and they sit on their computer complaining about people like me. And what really has got me more upset and pissed off than anything else is the fact that there are people who don't care. Now, I know there are people at the sound of my voice who are listening to this that care. They'll email me all day long saying, yeah, I care. Good, show it. Show it. There is a peaceful way of demanding our leaders step down and resign. By the way, I'd like to know how that is. There's a peaceful way for us to say enough's enough. There is a peaceful way of going to our capitals in our states and our city halls and saying, look, I've got documents to prove, and you prove whatever it is you have to prove. There's a peaceful way of doing that. And we should not fire the proverbial first shot. Bottom line is this, folks. They're out to push you over the edge, to push you into a camp, to get you into a position to where you cannot defend yourself. They've already got the elements of a preemptive strike against us in play. It's already out there. And all they're waiting for is for you to fire the first shot, literally and figuratively. And once you do that, you're gone. They will suspend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Obama will be dictator. They will ban everything. They will outlaw everything. You name it, it's gone. Nobody can have guns. Nobody can have houses. Nobody can have anything. That's when you need to get your bug-out bag ready, folks. Where are you going to go if they're going to all over the place? That is when you need to rely on that philosophy of God-given rights being there to protect you. You must defend yourself by any means necessary. Let me just put it to you exactly as I see it. And you may see it some other way, and that's fine. That's okay. Not a problem. But Washington, D.C., and the dictator that is living there right now in the house that you and I built with our tax dollars has declared all-out war against us, free and civil, people. He has declared war against the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. He has declared war against patriots, returning veterans, freedom supporters, Ron Paul, Rand Paul, all of that. He has declared war on the internet. He has declared war on your health care. He has declared war. Shall I go on? I'm pretty sure you know. I'm pretty sure you understand it. But I'm not going to sit here and pound you over the head with all this stuff because you obviously know about it. And for me to sit here and to tell you things that you already know is, well, not a waste of my time, but it's things that you already know. And my question to you is real simple. My question to you is this. What are you doing about defending your freedoms and liberties in this country? What are you doing? Anything? Go to pandaunite.org. Go find out how you can get the information that you need to go to your city council meetings and show them the proof of the criminality coming out of Washington, D.C. What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razorblade Express with Dave the Rave.
Hey folks, how you doing? How you doing? This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. It's not live today. You know, you ever have one of those days where you get up in the morning and you realize, oh my God, I'm behind on all kinds of stuff. I gotta get this stuff done. Oh my God. You ever been that way? You look at yourself in the mirror and go, what am I gonna start with today? Yeah, that's where I'm at, folks. That's where I'm at. I have a question for all of my listeners. And I am going to say this, and I don't usually, I'll just ask. Can you help as much as you can? Can you help as much as you can? Go to freeamericaradio.us. There's a donate button. Free America Radio Network is a network that's going to share the truth one fact at a time. And if you like that, that's great. Wonderful. Hey. Awesome, because that's what we need, right? We're going to the next level. I've decided to revamp a few things. I've decided to change a few things around for, I believe it'll be a lot better for you and for my listeners and such. But Free America Radio Network is a place where freedom reigns, where freedom rings, where the flag is honored, where veterans are honored, where current military and law enforcement are honored, the good guys. You know what I'm saying? There's some bad guys in there as well. But when you have over 70 to 80% of the current and former law enforcement and returning veterans and current veterans saying that if they were commanded to take our guns away, they have literally said no, they're not going to do that. And their bosses are pissed off. So that's why they have, well, let me just say this. Free America Radio Network is going to the next level, and I need your help. So freeamericaradio.us. Do as much as you can. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. But the controllers in the establishment are pissed off at our law enforcement and current military and former military. So that's why they have foreign military on our soil. Did you know that? A couple of months ago, I've probably said this before, and I know I've said this before. A couple of months ago, Chinese military landed in Hawaii. Okay? For disaster relief training. Yeah, that's what they said. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. We've gone to other countries. Our firemen, our fire protection people, our law enforcement have gone to other countries and helped them in their cities and towns. You've seen that before. But now foreign military are here. Saudi military are here. Chinese military are here. Pakistani military are here. Afghani military is here. Where are they? They're all at the bases. Oh, and check this out. The Muslim Brotherhood have their own military. Yeah. Let me put it to you as honestly as I know it from the information that I have received. The Muslim Brotherhood in the United States of America, currently residing elsewhere in the United States, but mainly at Washington, D.C. and the White House, has declared a holy jihad upon the people of America, and they will stop at nothing to destroy each and every single one of us. Okay? Is that honest enough for you? It's time to lock and load, people. It's time to protect ourselves. It's time to put up the defenses and wait till they fire the first shot. Please wait. And we can go out every single day, and we can take signs, and we can take bullhorns, and we go to the city hall, the state capitol, and we can march, and we do that. And yes, I encourage you to do that peacefully. Thank you. Do it. But there's going to come a time when you're going to have to defend yourself by any means necessary. And I encourage you to wait for them to shoot across your bow. Okay? Now, I've got some plans coming up. I've made plans for some things I've got coming up for the summer. Not going to get into detail as to what I'm going to do, but let me just tell you, I'm going to put the videos up on my website at freeamericaradio.us. And it's going to be probably the first time I've ever stepped out in this capacity. Oh, I've done some other things in the past, but not in this capacity. So I got some things coming up. I got some plans coming up for this summer, probably starting around May or June. Right here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, probably in Carson City, where the state capital is. And I'm going to need your help. That's all I'm going to say about that. Got the plans working. If you want to email me and ask me more about it, that's fine. I can only give you so many details. Free America Radio at unseen.is. Free America Radio at unseen.is. Now, we can hear these people every day say, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we can take back our country if we did this and if we did that. Well, you know what? That's all good. But do you see him do it? I've seen Alex Jones go out. He's done videos at the Alamo. He's done some other videos at the Federal Reserve in Dallas. So I know he goes out and does it. I look at people like Pete Santilli, who's in Southern California. Has he gone out and videotaped him doing stuff? Has he gone out and videotaped himself, protesting and at rallies? I haven't seen it yet. Not to say that he doesn't. I just haven't seen the video. But I can say this. All over the world, people are sick and tired of their tyrannical governments. All over the world, people are sick and tired of their leaders suppressing them. China just literally pretty much cut off the internet to anybody. Only they can have the internet. The leaders. There are so many countries that want to do that now. The United States can do that. Okay? I would not be too surprised at all if the NSA was listening to this. And if you are, kiss my ass. We are a resilient nation. We will rebuild, and we will rebuild by the philosophies and the rule of law of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America prior to 1871. And for all you NSA agents that think that you can just run roughshod over us and quote-unquote follow orders, you better be prepared. As a matter of fact, why don't you do yourself a favor and look at the tyrannical and dictatorial policies you are following and look how much you're violating the Constitution against the citizens of the United States and give it up. If you want an us against them scenario, I guarantee you there's more of us than there are of you. I want to give a big shout out before I go on here to a couple of people. Nick Tucker over at Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Check that out. He's got a new episode coming up. DistortedReality.podbean.com. So check that out. I usually download it and upload it here on the Free America Radio Network. So you might get to hear it. I'm going to give a big shout out to Patriots Freedom Network. They're doing some good work over there. Kind of taking a little hiatus right now from, doing things because, well, everybody's got a day job. I'll just leave it at that. I want to give a big, huge virtual high five to Tiger over at Washington Bull Party. Big virtual high five to you because she is fighting. Oh my goodness. You want to kick ass, this person will do that. You want no holds barred, pull no punches. Go listen to the video on Washington Bull Party on Facebook. Holy crap. You want inspiration to fire you up and to defend yourself from the tyranny coming out of Washington, D.C.? Check it out. Washington Bull Party on Facebook. Want to give a big shout out to Brian Keller over on freedomslips.com, Revolution Radio, The BK Factor, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Who else? There's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to give it, why not? I can give a big shout out to Alex Jones and Glenn Beck. There you go. And I say that with this in mind. There are some things that I listen to both of them. And there are some, and Pete Santilli. Big shout out to Pete Santilli, former Marine. Hoorah! There you go. Semper Fi. You may not agree with everything everyone says. You can take bits and pieces here and bits and pieces there and whatever. But you have to assess the situation that's going on the best way you know how and draw your own conclusions on what is going on and judge for yourself. Judge for yourself. Because whatever is true for you is true for you, isn't it? If you don't agree with someone, well, why don't you go and find out on your own? If you agree with someone, go out and find out on your own. It's that simple. Sit there and complain about somebody because, they're wrong. Really? Then get off your ass and go find out. Oh, that's right. Like I said at the top of the hour, you don't want to because you don't care. Okay, numbnuts, you just sit right there in your chair. I'll go out and protect your freedoms. And if you're going to sit there and watch your stupid reality shows and drink your beer, well, enjoy your day. Because I can't protect everybody and neither can anybody else. So when the Department of Homeland Security, Federal Protective Services, Homeland Security Police come knocking at your door and drag you and your family away to a FEMA camp, don't come crying to me. Because I'm not going to give you any sympathy. You know why? Because you don't care. That's why. Free America Radio at unseen.is. Free America Radio at unseen.is. And you can also use the email address right there on the show as well, freeamericaradio@usa.com. Let me get on to another subject. Now, before, I talked, a little while ago, I talked about how I had an epiphany. Let me extend that just a little bit. before I go to break here in about 4.5 minutes. Let me extend that just a little bit. I have seen, let me go the opposite direction on this and say I have seen a lot of people care. They care about the freedoms in this country. They care about the liberties in this country. They care about societies, groups of people, regardless of religious affiliations or color. It doesn't really matter. People care. What I see is I see a lot of people with very big hearts. But I also see a lot of people with very big hearts that have no ability to discern what is happening. I see a lot of people with big hearts that cannot discern the very essence of people that come to them and want help. Even the devil was an angel once. We look out among the landscape of these people and we ask ourselves, is it a bigger task to care and to do and to help than it is just to help a few people that are next to us? Is it our responsibility to take on a bigger role? We're not leaders in this. I'm not a leader. If people want to come beside me and defend the freedoms and liberties of this country, let's do it. If you want to stand behind me and expect me to lead you, don't waste my time. You take the reins of your own purpose and go and defend your freedoms. And if other people come along with you, fine, great, wonderful, fantastic, But when we look at the very nature of a person, we have to ask, is their heart in the right place? That's why I said, if you want to sit on your couch and drink your beer and watch your stupid reality shows and expect me to, defend your neighborhood and city and county and all that, well, don't waste my time. I'm not going to do it. But if you talk to me and say, hey, I know what's going on. I can see this. I don't have all the particulars, but I know that something bad is happening. I'm going to discern that. I'm going to use my ability of discernment and figure out whether or not you're really serious. So I know that there are a vast number of people that care. I know that there are a vast majority of people that care. And we will protect as many people as we can. We're not here to fight your battles for you. You've got to do that on your own. Facts are facts, folks. This is not the America that I grew up in. This is not the United States I grew up in. When I became aware and had my enlightened experience with what is happening in this country, everything else didn't seem that important anymore. I went ahead and did what I did, and worked and, all of that and had fun and did some fun things. And that's fine, that's okay. You can do that. But when I paid attention as I did all those things, what was going on, and I took notes and I wrote, and there's a lot going on, folks. There's a lot going on. And my question to you is, are you paying attention? Photography is an art form, and Adventures in Photography shows you all of the forms of art there is in our world. Spencer Hughes captures the colors and works of natural art in his book, Adventures in Photography. For more information, go to SpencerHughesPhotography.com. Listen to Crash Talk with your host, Christopher John Taylor, on HTLA973.com.
Misfit is a misfit.
Samo.
Ignorant of hygiene, destructive, disorderly, and totally disrespectful.
It's the 5:15 with Samo on Samo Radio.
AM 1700 Daytona Beach, Holly Hill.
And Southnet 1.
All aboard! Train, gonna love you. Take the last train to Boston. See them moving run. He's leaving. On that midnight train to Georgia.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razor Blade Express with Dave the Rave.
Hey, folks, how you doing? Welcome back. There's a lot of things going on in our world, and we have to pay attention to them. But more importantly, we have to pay attention to what's going on around us right here, right now. I challenge everybody to do this. Today, the 7th of February, 2014, or maybe even tomorrow, the 8th of February, 2014. How about walking downtown? Just go downtown, walk around. Take a walk. It's good exercise, by the way. Take a walk downtown, take a look at what's going on. As a matter of fact, call some friends and say, let's go walk around downtown. What for? Let's just go see what's going on. You might, want to take some signs with you. You might want to take a few things with you to hand out to people who are asking you why are you holding up a sign that says no to NDAA, no to GMO. Big red circle with a line through it. No NDAA, no GMO. Might want to take a bullhorn with you too, by the way. Just walk around downtown. That's all you got to do. Just walk around. Go from place to place. No big deal. How about videotaping that? Sending it my way. Free America Radio at unseen.is. I'll put it on the website at freeamericaradio.us. Yeah, walk around downtown. Nice exercise, nice day. Unless it's raining, then, it's okay too. Don't take the signs, get all smeary and everything. Nobody knows what you're doing. But it's nice to go downtown, walk around downtown, isn't it? Isn't it nice? Might want to do that. I challenge you to listen to different programs to get a different view of what people are saying. Not just hold, toe the line on one program. You might want to listen to various programs. I mean, if you listen to Alex Jones, great, wonderful, fantastic. If you don't agree with everything, that's okay. Want to go listen to Glenn Beck, watch his show? That's fine. That's cool. Yeah. Want to listen to Pete Santilli or on the GorillaMediaNetwork.com? I mean, that's fine too. Get people's different perspective, Want to listen to Nick Tucker over at distortedreality.podbean.com? Go right ahead. Get his view on that. Find out. It's always good to have various points of views to assess and ask yourself, wow, is this stuff really going on? I challenge you to do that. It's a challenge. I know it is. It's a challenge to get out of your frame of mind that you have been deluded into believing, or should I say, in that state of mind you now believe is what is going on, which of course is a grand delusion of your own making because of what you fear and what you don't understand because you fear it. How about challenging yourself to go downtown and checking things out, listening to different programs. You can get the app to listen the app to listen to this show on your cell phone if you like, on your iPad or iPhone. Go to Spreaker.com, scroll down to the bottom, look to the right, and there's all the little apps. The Guerrilla Media Network is on Spreaker. Check it out. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to understand what's going on around you so that way you have better abilities to protect yourself when you have to. I challenge you to get as much as you can in a bug-out bag. We've got 4 of them. I challenge you to go get as much as you can. I do want to challenge you to take a look at New York State and California State and realize that they have been bought off, paid for, succumbed to, and died to the freedoms and liberties of the rest of the United States. There's a few other states around that have done that as well, but those are the 2 major ones. They've been in the news recently. So I challenge you to do that. I also challenge you to pay attention. Now it brings to mind the times when I was a kid, when you were a kid, when you went to your cousin's house, your whatever, you know. And they had a coloring book. And they taught you how to color. And the first thing they taught you to do was stay inside the line. As an artist, I can tell you that's very difficult to do when you think outside of the box. But that was the first thing they taught you. Stay inside the line, color inside the line. Make sure nothing goes out and, all that, because they wanted to teach you that. So you get through that, you get older, you realize, hey, maybe I can draw something. So you drew something and you had to stay within the parameters of what you knew, right? Well, I challenge you to step outside of those parameters, to figuratively color outside the lines, and to make your own way in life. You may not like what I say. You may disagree with everything that I'm saying. Awesome. Go out and figure it out. Go out and look this stuff up. Go out and create your own radio show on Spreaker.com, on TalkShoe.com, or BlogTalkRadio.com. Go ahead. That's your perspective. And that's your opinion that I don't have to agree with as well. But I challenge you to go out and see what's going on. Matter of fact, I challenge you to do one better than that while you're out and about in your downtown area. Take a camera, take your cell phone, because cell phones usually have cameras, but take a camera if you have one. Start snapping pictures like crazy. Put them up on your blog, put them up on your website, put them up on Facebook. Put them up on Google+, on Twitter, whatever. Well, by the way, I don't always promote it, but I do have a Twitter. It's Twitter at Real WS Pierce, Pierce, Real WS Pierce. That's my Twitter handle. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to go out and to see things for how they truly are. Wouldn't hurt at all to take a couple of signs with you and a bullhorn. Find your city hall or if you're near your capital, state capital. Wouldn't harm anybody to express your First Amendment right. Would it? By the way, if you see any signs in your downtown area that say free speech zone, that is a total violation of the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights of the United States Constitution. Yes. So make sure they know that, okay? Come join me today on the Views Express Live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can go to Spreaker.com, find Free America Radio Network. You can go to freeamericaradio.us. Yes, or wakingupthemasses.com, 1650 a.m. micro broadcasting in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. You'll find it all over the place. You'll even find the link up on Facebook once the show starts. Go to Free America Radio on Facebook. You'll find it even faster. There are so many things going on that you can even email me about what's going on in your area at freeamericaradio@unseen.is. Keep the other email address, and that other email address is freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@unseen.is. If you're listening to this on Spreaker, you see the email there. Use that one too. That's fine. But there are so many things that are going on that I don't think a whole lot of people are paying attention to, because all they care about is, the celebrities who are liberal and who, want your guns and all this, that, and the other thing. And, it's all that. I've got a video up on the news blog up on freeamericaradio.us. You might want to check out. I've got several of them up there. Check them out. Please. Donate to the site if you'd like. What is going on in your neck of the woods? I want to hear about it. Free America Radio at unseen.is. Free America Radio at unseen.is. I know there's a whole lot of things going on, and I know that we just keep plugging along, doing what we do. Nick Tucker, myself, Brian Keller, we see all this stuff happening. We may not agree with everything that we say. We may not agree with Glenn Beck or Alex Jones or Mark, or Michael Savage or any number of those people. We may not. We may not even agree with Pete Santilli. Who knows? But at least we get a word, a view of what's going on. And I got to tell you, it's not easy. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. Because of the things I've seen, just in the years that I've been alive. I don't know, man. I don't know. I find that some people who don't pay attention usually wind up being the first ones to complain about everything. Okay? I see that. They are the first ones to complain about everything. And what's sad is that, They seem to think they're right. And they're not. They know they're not. But they can't accept that. They know it.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? And it was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed that we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from. Which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization.
The hottest new talk radio show is on Revolution Radio. The BK Factor talks about news, religion, politics, and more. BK adds his opinion to all of it. The BK Factor airs Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, noon to 2 Eastern. If you miss a show, you miss out. Hey folks, how you doing? How you doing? Had a little glitch there. If you heard some dead air, I'm sorry. You know, live radio and doing podcasts is a little bit difficult sometimes. So, I'm going to get out of here a little bit early, folks. I know, a little dead air back there, okay? I'm going to get out of here a little bit early. I'm going to go away. Come join me on the views expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network, freeamericaradio.us.